Hey, everybody. It's not 7 Minute Health Chat anymore. We changed our name to just Health Chat because guess what, guys? We were not staying within 7 minutes. So we don't like to tell a lie. We will not tell a lie. Today, we're coming at you with our topic of the day, which most of you have already heard about, International Women's Day. So we couldn't pass it up. It fell on our Wellness Wednesday chat. So we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to grab my glasses and I'm going to tell you what it actually is, which we know it's all about empowering women, but it's about more than that, right? So International Women's Day is a global holiday celebrated annually on March 8th as a focal point in the women's rights movement, bringing attention to issues such as gender equality, reproductive rights, and violence against women. Then also another article that I looked up, it said it's to celebrate social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women from all around the world. The day also focuses on a call to action for accelerating gender parity and setting agendas and goals in achieving these targets, which we'll get to that in a minute. But I got one more. Imagine, and I love this right here, imagine a gender equal world. I'll say that again. Imagine a gender equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination, a world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive, a world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together, we can forge women's equality. Collectively, we can all embrace equity. And I think that's what it's truly about.
Yes. And
spreading it to women and everyone. And the quickest thing I'm going to say is, with everything going on in the world right now and different things that are happening and getting overturned in legislation, listen, be an advocate. Be an advocate for women, be an advocate for people in general. And I don't care who they are or if they're male, they're female, or what they are, be an advocate.
Yeah. So true. I love the third thing you said, especially. And it made me think, like, we are blessed to live where we live, to be born in the country we were born in.
Yeah.
And as far as when you think about women that are oppressed in other countries, they don't have the same freedoms we have. And that just really bothers me, that they don't enjoy the freedoms that we have. And so, and I think empowering women to be who they're meant to be and to live their purpose. And I feel like if we link arms together instead of being backstabby and try to undercut each other, we're just kind of that's not the way we're ever gonna like become even stronger together. So
teach your children well. And I can't,
for sure,
seriously, because it comes from when they're young. When we're young. If I look back at how things were when I was in high school, I mean it was terrible. So,
well, now it's even worse with social media.
Right. So
bullying.
Be an advocate for, for your children to be better.
Yeah.
Right.
The other interesting thing is, like, now with these young girls exposed to, and this happened to us too. When we were in high school and college, we were exposed to, the girls on Shape magazine and Glamour and all that kind of stuff. But now I think there's more pressure on the young girls today in some ways. I don't know, but I feel like that's kind of getting away from, women feeling empowered in their own selves and not
just being,
and not what society is dictating you to be.
Right. Just be you.
Yeah. But it's hard to do that. And you know what? And personally, I got to say, like, I didn't find my real purpose post raising kids and all that until like 6 years ago.
Right.
I discovered my purpose and my passion and what I was meant to do. And, and to be my own, become me.
Right.
without apology, if
And
you
there's
will.
so many people that are just the same way. I was the same
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
We're busy raising children. We're busy,
Mhm.
I stayed at home and making meals and doing things, and it was my choice, and that's great. And I had
Right.
that
Right.
choice. But yeah, I agree. Like finding purpose. And once you found your own purpose, I feel like you're a better person,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely you are. Yeah. Because when you find your purpose, you feel good in your skin and you realize what you're there for, you fulfill your purpose. And that's so fulfilling.
Yep.
And, it just brings you to a higher state. And instead of, I mean, we can get really deep on that,
Well,
but
that's a whole other like
that's a whole other, yeah.
topic for sure, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I think the main thing is and be an advocate for anyone. If you see someone being mistreated, a woman being mistreated
Right.
by a boss, by a spouse, I mean, speak up,
I
stand
hope
up.
I think people are doing that more and more. And I hope they are. But can I just say one thing, Robin, that I noticed because of my ADHD? Like, if you look at us in the picture, you got your bangs going that way, and I got my bangs going this way. We're like bookends today. I don't know why I noticed that.
But that's good. Women should be bookends for one another, right? You hold each
Yeah,
other,
that's right.
right? Yeah,
That's
and
right.
that's how Kim and I are. And I hope that for other women too, and especially on this day. We didn't even get into like equal pay and things like that. The one thing that
Yeah.
I would add is I do feel like a lot of people take for granted what we have in this country, like
Mhm.
you said earlier. And I think they take for granted, like, being able to vote, having
Mhm.
professional jobs, but there are still so many more strides to make. Like,
Right.
just because we have those professional jobs doesn't mean we're making our worth, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I've heard
Right.
that from many, many women who struggle in that area and come up against things. So
Mhm.
don't take it for granted. Just keep working and keep
Right.
advocating for everyone. So, and
Absolutely.
I
Yep.
mean everyone. And I'm going off the women, but I'm telling you, stand up for people.
Yeah, I know. I know. This because there's a lot of
Yeah.
bullying in the world.
Yep.
Go to both genders, but
Yep.
since women are deemed kind of the weaker sex, that they could be more victimized at another level.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
yeah. Anyway,
All right.
well, it was great
That's
seeing
it.
you,
Yep.
and
You too.
happy International Women's Day all around the world.
Yep.
And link arms with your sisters. That's right, Rosie the River
Yep.
Girl.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't know where that came from.
All right. Have a great
All
day,
right,
guys.
you too. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.